Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Ryan Spain. I serve as the Deputy Republican Leader in the Illinois House. I'm here joined with my colleagues, Representatives Ugasti, Sosnowski, and Grant. And we're here for a very important topic. Obviously, you all know that this is the final week of the legislative session for 2023. There are a number of important initiatives under consideration within the Illinois General Assembly, but none more important than what we're here to talk about today, which is the extension and preservation of a vital program offering scholarships to needy families throughout the state of Illinois, and that's the Invest in Kids Act. It is absolutely essential that the General Assembly takes action this week to preserve and protect an incredibly important program that offers educational choice to people who need it throughout the state of Illinois. This is a great collection of families here. You're going to hear from some of the parents that have been personally impacted by this program, their families, their children and grandchildren that are here with us today. Make no mistake, there is broad support throughout the state of Illinois and within the Illinois General Assembly to continue this program. Again, it is absolutely essential that we do so. The votes are there to continue the Invest in Kids program. We need to see leadership from Governor Pritzker on this topic, and we need to see courage from the Speaker of the House. We owe it to the families in this program to call an up or down vote on the Invest in Kids program. And I'd say, Mr. Speaker, it is time to call the bill. Families across the state of Illinois deserve to understand where their legislators stand on this issue. I just want to, as we turn it over to the families, tell you something about how I feel about this issue. And I'm from the city of Peoria, have been a longtime advocate for the Peoria Public Schools. That's where I went to school. And I strongly support all of the investments that we have made over many years now in the legislature to provide additional funding to our public school systems. I think it's critical, and I don't think you'll find much disagreement. But I will never forget where I was that moment in August of 2020, a week before my public school was set to return, when the plug was pulled on our family. And so many families have felt that same sense of dread, particularly during the pandemic, of what are we going to do here? We owe it to our children to further their education. And private schools became the only option of choice that could provide a lifeline for families, whether it was during that pandemic and that incredibly difficult time of challenge for all of us, or if it's the day-to-day challenges that you might experience in your school, in your neighborhood. And so for me, the opportunity to have school choice was something that was available to me. And we should not allow education of our children to be something only available to families that can afford it. We have education parity needs to be an important priority for everyone in this state, and not just a privilege for certain families. Every family deserves an opportunity to send their kids to a school where they can be successful. And now I'd like you to hear directly from some of the parents who have had that opportunity and who are at risk of losing it if the legislature does not take action, if the Speaker does not call the bill, and the Governor does not step up and lead. And so Eva is up first. Come on up and share your story with us, please.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for allowing me to have a voice for and speak in behalf of all the other parents that cannot be here. My name is Eva Alobos. I come from Gage Park, a southwest neighborhood near Kitsy and 55th in the city of Chicago. My story happened during the pandemic. I extended my family from 4 to 6 kids through adoption. It was a difficult time. We started with fostering. We received a phone call right after the city closed. And during that time, I figured we are gonna be able to find the resources that are needed. You know, we live in a big city. We have resources. At the time, my daughter was the only one attending private school, I figured we will go ahead and look up for other options. Growing the family is not going to be feasible for us, and definitely not during the pandemic. I didn't get no calls. I did not get no phone calls from nobody. At the moment where I felt that I really needed the help, nobody reached out to us. 2 weeks before school was supposed to start, St. Gall came to the rescue, and they said, "You have an option, we can help." And it was such a relief to know that my kids can be in the same school and they will be able to help them, work with us. They pulled more resources, they got counselors, they got additional help to help them academically, because my new kids, they were far behind and there had been so much stuff that they had gone through. And it's very disheartening when you feel left alone at the moment when everything is closed, no one's picking up the phones, and no one's giving you any help. And to know that you can count on them, and for them to be able to be flexible with you, it has been such a relief. And I want to make sure that all the other parents who are going through whatever difficulties, that they're able to count and lean on private schools or whatever options that they can have. Please don't take our options away. Let us parents continue having a voice for the better education of our schools, for our schools and for our kids, and for them to be able to flourish at the pace that they need. All kids learn differently, and private schools are able to tailor that and work with them. And on top of that, they're able to work with us through extended and early child care. We don't have to worry about what's going to happen to them as soon as school finishes. We could not be more thankful for St. Gall School and everything that they've done for us. And I would like for all parents to be able to have a sense of relief, to know that they can count on their school of choice, just like I have. Thank you.
Thank you for having me here. My name is Ronda Dyson. I live on the west side of Chicago, where I have a 10-year-old daughter that goes to St. Malachi School on the west side of Chicago on Washington and Oakley. And my daughter and 50 other students received this scholarship helps with this scholarship program to see through them going to school. And it's a big help for us, low-income families, for the black and brown families. It helps us out a lot, and if they don't pass this bill, it makes it hard for us to be able to put our children through school because we can't afford it, as far as our budget and what some of us living and working and off minimum wage. Some of our jobs are minimum wage, and it's very hard for us to be able to put our children through school without this program. So once again, I'm asking Mr. Speaker, please call the bill. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Shavia Oliver, and I'm from the South Austin community. I'm a parent of 4, and I'm also a grandparent that's assisting in parenting my 2 grandgirls, and also I'm helping parent my cousin. Without the Illinois Tax Credit Scholarship Program, I wouldn't be able to afford the cost of a private school education. My daughter was already attending St. Catherine, St. Lucie, and then when I acquired the grandgirls and my cousin, I didn't want to put them in the schools that were our neighborhood schools because they were failing. So with the help of the Illinois Tax Credit Scholarship Program, I was able to keep everybody together. If we don't keep this Illinois Tax Credit Scholarship Program going, my kids will have to go to a failing school. My kids' school will probably close without this program. So once again, we're going to ask the speaker to call the bill and extend the program. Matter of fact, make it permanent and keep it going.
As you can see, there are important real-life consequences that matter. And this is, we don't have to be in this moment. There is a path forward to continue this important program that means so much to our families throughout the state of Illinois. House Republicans have understood this for a long time, and that's why we have introduced legislation, bill after bill on this topic, seeking to make sure the program is extended. I'd like to welcome my friend Representative Dan Ugasti to the podium to talk about some of his ideas and views on the subject.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. I'm State Representative Dan Ugasti, 65th District. It includes parts of Kane and DuPage counties. Invest in kids, there's probably nothing more important that we're going to consider or could do before the end of the year. We need to address this issue and take a vote on a bill before the end of session on Thursday. Nothing more important. Our children's futures. I can assure you, every person in that General Assembly will tell you that the children are the most important people. We have to take care of the children. We have to look out for their future. If we don't vote on this bill, if we don't extend, at the very least, this program, or better yet, remove the sunset altogether and just make it permanent, we're taking away the future of some of our kids. 9,000 of them almost. 9,000 kids in the state of Illinois benefit from this program. It needs to change. It needs to be changed now. We can't let this sunset. I filed House Resolution 412 a few weeks back, calling on the Speaker, Senate President, everybody. We need to take an up and down vote. We need to get this done. We need to remove that sunset provision. There's no reason not to. Public funds are not used for this program. It's a tax credit. There's plenty of money going to the public schools. We have people who are sending their kids to private schools, such as the CTU president, because she doesn't feel the school near her will adequately educate her child. Okay, I get that. I had that opportunity too. I did not have to take advantage of it because I had good public schools. I went to public schools, my children went to public schools, but not everyone is in the situation I am, and I realize that. So I'm here today to stand up for all the people here with me today, as well as those who aren't here but are part of this program. We need to do this now. We have 2 days left, which we all know. You would think maybe that's enough time not to get this through. We all know that's more than enough time to get anything through that we want. We need to take a vote. We need to lift the sunset. The opponents aren't opposed to this plan because it's a failure. They're opposed to it because it's a success. I'll now turn it over to Representative Amy Grant.
Thank you, Representative Ugasti. It seems like it's just how things go here in Illinois in the General Assembly. We always end up at the very last minute trying to get something through. This program's been an absolute success since it started in 2018. Throughout the program's existence, it has been bipartisan support both sides. Both sides agree that this is a good program. So don't let anyone tell you that this is not bipartisan, because it is. But how we're going to play politics, but we've decided we're going to play politics and wait till the last minute on this, if it even comes at the last minute. If lawmakers fail to renew this program before veto session wraps up, it all could come to an end. Let's try to keep hope alive and not disappoint these parents. Nothing ever goes away in this General Assembly. So no matter what happens, don't become discouraged, please. Over the past few weeks, I have spent time seeking out students, parents, and educators who have seen this program work wonders in their lives and the lives of their students. So I'm going to give you two testimonies. One is from Tracy from Chicago. She says she is super thankful for the program because it's given her sons a chance to shine at Marist High School. They're doing great, getting up at 4 a.m., and they even are on the dean's list. To quote her directly, she says, "I cannot tell you how appreciative I am for the scholarship program that allows my children to continue to navigate their road for success to become the men of honor and integrity that God created them to be. Then there's Gabriel from Champaign. He said, the Invest in Kids Scholarship has allowed me to grow in education and as a person. Without this scholarship, I would not be who I am today. I am thankful for the scholarship and hope that it continues to help me and many of my friends. That's why today we are here to push for House Bill 4105, which will keep the Invest in Kids Scholarship permanent. These students who are recipients of these scholarships have been begging us. You have worked so hard. And like I said, don't become discouraged. One note, all the advocates of this scholarship have shown a ton of love for their schools. And I would like to remind you that this is the same love that sparks students to do great things, both in their studies and in their lives. That's the spirit we're trying to keep alive. With this program, I urge every member of the General Assembly to support this program, and I would like to see a bill come to the floor. That's just because I would like to see it. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much, Amy. Representative Joe Sosnowski, and I live in Rockford, but my district is Winnebago, Boone, and McHenry County. And I can't add a whole lot more here, but I just want to summarize briefly, and I'll touch on what Representative Ugasti mentioned. You know, the 9,000 plus students who have been able to be a part of the program, some that are here with us today, it is vitally important to them. They had an opportunity to make a decision that was best for their family, best for the kids, and they have their friend networks, they're excelling in school, they're working with teachers, the families have been involved in those schools, and to end this program and not continue it permanently is just an outrage, especially when we see cases of, you know, the ultra wealthy. You know, we've got the governor, the speaker, Dan mentioned the CTU leadership. There's union members across the state who have made that choice to be able to send their children to schools because their public school didn't quite offer the best fit. And why is that a problem? It's not a problem, but it shouldn't only be for those who can afford it financially. Let's continue to keep it available to lower income families, those who may have 3, 4, 5, 6 kids that they're taking care of. As we heard here, extended family. I mean, it is impossible for a family with 6 children to be able to afford this. This program makes that happen. I, along with others, have bills to extend this permanently. We should be doing what other states are doing, growing the program, expanding the program, opening it up to more families and more children. And very important, I don't know that it was mentioned quite yet, but we have tens of thousands of families who are in the waiting line that want to get into this program who have not been able to yet. The bills that we have out there, there's an opportunity to extend this permanently, make this indefinite, and also to open it up to everybody. This is what we need to do. And I want to say thank you to all the families who are here and around the state who are actively working on this issue. It is extremely important, not just to them, but again, the other families throughout the state that want to be able to be a part of this program and offer a better opportunity for their children, for their future. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Representative Sosnowski. Again, I think our message is simple. Save our scholarships, protect, invest in kids. Mr. Speaker, call this bill. The time is now. This is our last week. Call the bill. It deserves an up or down vote.